here we are with the Fluke Biomedical ESA700 series safety analyzer line. It said ESA700 series. What's that mean? Well, you're going to notice that we have three different options here on our bench. The US only ESA710, the international and US ESA712 without onboard automation, and the ESA715 with US and international standards as well as onboard automation. The first thing I want to show you is they all look identical. They have the same sets, the same features, the same weight. Everything is identical. The difference is on what is internal to these devices. The easiest way to see and understand is just by looking at the Fluke Biomedical website. So here we are at the Fluke Biomedical website. It shows you on our landing page. If you click out Find More under the ESA700, it will take you to this great side-by-side comparison. And then if you scroll down through this, through all this great information, you will see an amazing side-by-side chart that shows you the difference between the ESA710, 712, and 715. But for now, let's go ahead and let's actually look at the devices and just talk about the differences to it. So what I did is I powered on all three and I went to the service screen, and you're going to notice on these two analyzers, the 712 and 715, you'll see that it lists the IEC 60601, the IEC 62353, NFPA 99 AMI standard, the AS-NZS 3551, and the EN 50678 standards, as does this one. So these two have all these standards together. So 712, 715, all the US and international standards. Here on the 710, you don't even see it listed, and that is because this is the NFPA 99 AMI standard only device. So this device will only work for the technicians here in the United States. So if I get outside of that, so these two, all the international standards, this one, US only. So if you want to compare this to our old line, this would be like the ESA 614, ESA 612, ESA 615, but obviously these are the new ones with all the great features. So now let's go back to the home screens and all of these, and you'll see the next difference. All right, here's the next difference. Here on the 710 and on the 715, we have two buttons. We have the manual measurement, which is common to all of them, and through this we can get in and we can do all the common electrical measurements we're used to in manual mode. Going back to that home screen, these two have an additional button. It has these blue run procedure buttons. And what that is we have one QA on board on the ESA 710 and on the 715, allowing you to have onboard automation, your procedures right at your fingertips, automatic data collection. You can save all the information and take that back to your CMMS system through multiple different ways. Here on the 712, that is not an option. If you would like to use one QA in conjunction with the 712, you must plug it in to the USB-C port here on the side and use it through a tether to your PC. And that's how you'd use the 712 with onboard with automation. I'd like to show you one more analyzer. You'll notice if we go back to the settings screens that this one lists 100 through 120 volts. Similar here. And again here. So for our international customers who need different voltages, do we have a solution for you? Yes, we do. This is the Fluke Biomedical ESA715, and the difference is now when I go to my electrical safety screen, you'll notice my voltage range goes from 100 to 240 volts. Everything else is the same on it. And on the side of it, you're going to see we have an international plug. So this is another option. So if you are a technician who is working on multiple different voltages of biomedical equipment, maybe US 110, maybe European 220, this is a great option. So as you're looking at our devices, please know we have the correct voltage and frequency for your application. And in the case of this 715, it can work across all those platforms. You can also find that with the 710 and the 712. Alrighty, thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you in the next video.